Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. It is morning here. It's been a while. Sorry, I'm just going to turn that down. I've got Dr. Mary Claire in the background, which I will mention her in a second. Yes, so it has been some time since I've kind of give you guys an update of what is going on and what is happening. I think the last kind of long video I did was when I was doing this bedroom out. I kind of just started taking you on the journey with us, and then just kind of fell off a cliff, which is what I tend to usually do. Sorry, I'm just going to find some glasses. Oh, it's really dirty. I just thought I would pop in and kind of give you all a bit of an update of where I'm at. Like I say, I started doing some videos and I was getting a bit of they were getting a bit of attention, and then I fell off the end of the cliff and didn't come back, and I've been kind of doing that quite regularly, and that's kind of where, if you like, my life is. It fluctuates. It's one day I can feel brilliant, and 2 days later I can feel like the world is going to end. However, it has got a lot better. There's no getting away from that. I do feel I'm starting to get on top of this menopause kind of drama, and I hate it. I hate it when people go, you know, it's a natural thing. And I've said this before, there is nothing natural about this kind of nightmare, is the best word I can use. There is nothing natural about it. I would not call this natural. I would not call this natural, definitely not. However, I got this, if you haven't watched any of my previous videos, I got to a stage where I had to take 4 months off work. I didn't get out of bed for days on end with depression. I've put a heck of a lot of weight on. I'm now 12 stone. Bearing in mind, my weight always fluctuated between 8.5 and 9 stone, which is not the healthiest of weights for somebody who is as tall as me. I'm 5'8". Used to be 5'9", but I've lost an inch. Don't know how that happened. I'll just put it down to menopause, because I put everything else down to menopause. So let's just say that, shall we? I definitely put all this, my extra neck now, to menopause. And I definitely put I call it my menopot. And I have gained a tire, which I find a lot of women do that. And yeah, and it's just, I just think everything got on top of me. You know, my weight gain, my moods, my fluctuating hormones, the hot flushes, the sickness, the depression, the anxiety. I mean, you go through a list of what possible menopause symptoms can be, and mine have been check. I'm just one of the unfortunate ones who's pretty much got everything. The only one thing I said that I didn't get was headaches, but I've now started getting them. I do believe I may be starting to kind of creep out of the perimenopause and creep into the menopause. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I literally am just going on what my body is telling me. So let's start from the beginning. And when I mean the beginning, I mean when I started this channel in, I think it was around about January, December time. It's now July 2025. And that from kind of start this channel in December to now has been probably the biggest roller coaster of my life. And trust me, I've been on a few roller coasters in my lifetime, and you know, things you couldn't even write. But this has got to be, without a shadow of a doubt, the scariest, the worst, the lowest, any derogatory adjectives you can think of, I would use. So I have been going through, probably looking back now, the perimenopause started round about, I would say, 5-6 years ago. Didn't understand what was quite happening to me. It didn't hit me like a truck. It kind of crept up and then felt like it hit like a truck. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody who's going through it. The first couple of years, it was just like, this is weird. Something's not right. Not too sure. but could plod on and just think, whatever. And then all of a sudden, bang, I couldn't plod on anymore. I couldn't plough through anymore. And I struggled. I struggled in my marriage, which is now ending, unfortunately. We are ending on great terms, which I'll go into a little bit of that, but I can't go into it all because I have to respect my husband's privacy and issues as well, which, or my soon-to-be ex-husband. You know, I've got to be fair on him. But my husband has suffered his own issues probably for the last 3 years. And it's been extremely difficult to take on his issues as well as my own menopause. And at the time, I think when he first started going through his issues, I didn't realise it was perimenopause I was going through. So I ended up kind of putting my husband's issues first, and this might sound quite familiar to a lot of women, but I ended up putting my husband's issues first, neglected my own, and while I was trying to kind of save him and keep him afloat, I was drowned in, every single day. It got to the stage of where in December I contemplated taking my own life. I'll be very honest. And I knew I couldn't carry on like this anymore. I knew if I carried on trying to support my husband's issues as well as trying to understand my own, it was never going to work. And I've always said that if I hadn't have been going through the menopause, I probably could have handled my husband's issues better. And if I hadn't have been going through the issues with my husband, I may have been able to handle the menopause better. I don't know, and I'll never know that, because obviously, it was what it was. And so in December when I started the channel, I kind of knew that my husband had to get better or I had to walk away. Unfortunately, it has become a lot more difficult supporting my husband through his issues and trying to save myself. And I had to sit my husband down and I had to say, you either have to get better or you have to get better on your own. You can't take me down with you. And he tried. He really, really did try. But, and as awful as this sounds, his attempts wasn't enough. What he was achieving wasn't quick enough for me to get better. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm explaining this right. It's just such a sensitive subject, and I have to be careful what I'm saying out of respect for my husband. I'll be an open book about me. I'll tell you everything about me. However, I still have to respect the fact that, he is a man who has his own issues, and it's not my place to divulge that to the world. So I do have to be very careful what I'm saying out of respect for my husband. The last 6 months have been difficult. There has been screaming. There has been tears. There has been sulking. There has been being open. I have tried every way to try and make the marriage work whilst I'm going through this. And unfortunately, I have come to the conclusion that I need to deal with this on my own. I haven't, and unluckily, and there's probably a lot of women out there like this, unfortunately, I haven't got a husband who is made that way. But let me tell you, that's why I fell in love with him at the beginning. He's goofy, he's funny, he's crazy, he's mad. And I love that about him. I loved, and I still do love that about him. However, it doesn't fit me anymore. And so we'd got to the stage where I had to sit my husband down and say, look, this isn't working for both of us. I love you dearly. But I have to take the stance of loving myself more now. And as selfish as that sounds, and as awful as that sounds, it had to be for me to get better. So my husband has managed to find a flat. And I've said I'll help him all I can with the flat. I'll help him do it out. I'm giving him furniture from this house. You know, so it's not like I've kind of like gone, get out, although I've said that many times to him, you know, get out, yeah, I can't deal with this. And then unfortunately he hasn't got anywhere to go, and then I have to try and calm down, and I have to try and tell myself, you know, he's not doing these things that are irritating me is both of our faults, because I'm highly sensitive right now where my hormones are and things like that. And he's just not that. He's from that generation that just doesn't understand that, you know. And in his defense, I think he's a lot more understanding now than what he was in the beginning, but it's still just not enough for me to be able to move forward to where I want to be in life. And I keep saying this is the latter stage of my life, not the end. It's the latter stage, and this is the stage I want to enjoy. And whilst in that relationship, I wasn't enjoying life, and that is why I took the decision. So then I'm kind of like, okay, I'm now on my own. Where do I go from here? So I have decided I am going to, and I hope this helps. Now, this channel isn't going to be all about menopause. In the beginning, it was just going to be about menopause. It's not. It's just going to be about me vlogging my everyday life. Some of it's crazy. Some of it looks abnormal to you guys. Some of it can be very useful. So my plan is, I have developed, like probably 99% of menopausal women out there, develop this horrific tire. I don't understand about foods simply because I never had to. I was so lucky when I was younger. I must have had a very, very high metabolism. I was constantly on the go. Like I say, my weight fluctuated between 8.5 and 9 stone, not through the want of it, because I would eat anything I wanted. I'd drink anything I want. I could eat it at any time I wanted to. I was just this naturally very, very thin person. And then all of a sudden, going through the menopause, I've kind of put 3 stone on. And for somebody who has been thin all their life and then put this weight on, it's quite soul destroying. And somebody who, because I don't understand calories, I don't understand what a healthy fat is, I don't understand what healthy nuts are, I am learning as I go. And I want to kind of take you guys with me on this journey. If you are like me and you have never ever really had to worry about calories and worry about weight and worry about what you eat because your body's just naturally been healthy all its life, and then all of a sudden, bam, menopause has come along and sucked you right in the nose and the gut, this channel might be for you. I'm learning. You learn with me. I mean, I'm watching things. This morning I was watching things about what fats will work and what times of days you have to eat it. I never, ever, ever in my life have I ate breakfast, ever. I don't get hungry in the morning. I always got a little bit sickly in the morning, so I wouldn't eat, and then I wouldn't eat till the afternoon, or I wouldn't eat till night time. Never really bothered about sugary stuff. I was more of a savoury girl. I now crave sugar and sweets like a 5-year-old child does. And it's all linked with the menopause. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of drop this video just to say where we are. Oh, and by the way, that should be on green because I'm actually okay this morning. I have a band. It's great, this actually. So I'm back at work now, and I'm in a very, very male-orientated job. And all my guys at work are amazing. But they're all men who sometimes won't be able to see the signs of that, like, look, just leave me alone, I'm just having a moment. So I've got a band which says I'm okay, and most of the time it's on that. But at work or at home, if I'm not okay and I'm just struggling a little bit, it'll go into red and it'll say not okay. But I'm okay today. You guys will be able to tell whether I'm in a good mood or not by my band as well when I come on here. So yeah, just wanted to kind of bring this very raw and authentic video to you, let you know where I am today. Today I'm going to go out with Mum. I'll do a little bit of kind of, hopefully a little bit of video of what I'm buying. I'm going to watch a video with yous on foods that you should eat during menopause and stuff like that. I'm going to take some notes. and then I'll go out and buy the products, and then I'll go out and cook them, and you can do it all with me. I'm going to take videos of my before and after body, and there is yoga there for women going through menopause. So it'll all be menopausal stuff as well as just my everyday life. So that's where we're at right now, and hopefully I will have the mental strength to stick at it this time, because I do feel stronger now. And yeah, we shall see what shall happen. I'm going to take my weight every week. I'm going to video it every week. So you guys are coming along the journey with me, and I'd love you to join us as well. I did look into this Monjaro thing. I don't want to go down that route, and I'm not getting at anybody who does. If that suits you, great. I have friends who it has worked fantastically for. For me, and this is my God's honest opinion, I don't want to mess about with my mind right now. Like I say, I got in such a low place 7 months ago that I nearly wasn't here. And I'm just scared of taking anything like that. That isn't, I know everyone will go, it's naturalist, and that's fine. I just don't want to mess with my medication. My doctors have got my medication right now. I'm still on antidepressants. I'm still on propanadol. I'm still on lansoprazole. I am still on anti-sickness tablets. So I'm still on a lot of medication, but my mind seems to be less, when I say less foggy, I've got brain fog. I forget things that, is a given for me. But I'm before I couldn't see the light. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel now. And before I could just see darkness. And I just don't want anything to mess with the hard work that I've done to get where I am now. So yes, here we are, peeps. And it's July 14th, 2025. You are coming on this journey with me, whether you like it or not. And let's just be menopausal warriors together. Let's just be women together. Let's just be people together. Because I know there'll be men watching this as well, which is great. And I love the fact that men will be watching this, because they're taking this in so they can relay this to their wives, or they can start understanding their wives a little bit more. And that, let me tell you, gives you huge brownie points. Anyway, I will do another video very soon. I'm going to try and put 2 or 3 videos out a week. It is difficult for me because I do work full time. I didn't realize how difficult editing was. I remember my daughter's an influencer, and I remember saying, "Oh, will you just take a few videos and a few pictures?" Harley, I apologize. This is a full-time job as well. So yeah, I'm going to get as many videos as I can out there. I want you all to come along the journey with us. I think when I first started this channel up, I was too low. And I was too far down in the depression to be able to have the stamina and that's the word I'm looking for, the self-discipline to be able to do it, because you do have to have self-discipline to do it. I had nothing then. I just had no drive whatsoever. However, the little bits that I did pick up on when I first started this, I think has helped me a lot as well. I've started this little whatnot channel. I've started doing the shopping channel again on this little whatnot. So yeah, it's all coming together. So yes, as I said at the beginning of the video, the last video you guys saw me on was doing this bedroom out. It is now finished. So I will be doing another video of the bedroom before and after, so you guys can see it. And yeah, the last thing I'm going to say, like I always do, is up yours and menopause. See you soon. Bye.